Hey guys, how is it going? I am so excited to do this episode for you today. I have some really fun things that are actually dropping through Just Ingredients that I want to cover that I think would be really, really beneficial for a number of you. There's a couple of them I'm planning to grab for myself as well. Going to explain kind of why. They do have a number of things coming out this coming Tuesday. So if you listen to this Sunday or Monday, it'll be Tuesday, the 26th. So you'll see the Black Friday deals as well as these new options come out. But I always like to dive into some extra research. So if you have questions after you listen to this about if these are good options for you specifically, or if you can use them alongside different things, or if there's a combination of these that would be perfect for you, let me know. I am also jumping on multiple informational calls to gather all the information and answers that I can before these drop here this week too. So I'm really, really, really thrilled to have this opportunity. Now, for a little background, for those of you that have not been with me for a while, or for those of you that just need a refresher on all of the things that I have put my body through, a number of these supplements are going to be really, really fantastic for me personally because I put myself through a ton of things that affected these issues. And I know a lot of you have really struggled with very similar situations as well. So, over the last 2 years, I have taken time and effort to really clean up my, nutrition for one, making up like really, really clean ingredient options, minimally processed options. The reason being is because before that, I was all about macros and calories, right? I knew the importance of eating whole food, but I didn't really take into account, what was on the back of those ingredient labels. And that really bit me in the ass, if we're going to be totally honest. So, one thing, I was working out a ton, and there's nothing wrong with working out a lot, but I was not eating enough and not enough quality ingredients and nutrients in order to help my body keep up. So, I kept on driving my body down, down, down into the dirt over and over again. And like I said, really bit me in the ass. So all the things that kind of started happening to me was all very much hormonal and gut health based. And that would then, of course, feed into my brain and how I was thinking and my mood. And the quality of life was just so, so bad. So because of the excessive working out and because of the low quality ingredients that I was taking in on a constant basis, I was very, very specifically focused on macros and calories over ingredients and that kind of thing. And I started experiencing like missed periods. I didn't have a period for like 11 months. It was almost a year. I was losing my hair. It was breaking off as well. That's why I originally chopped it up to my chin. It was bright blonde. It was breaking off. My ponytail was like the size of a pencil. It was so, so bad. I had acne everywhere. I had absolutely zero sex drive. My poor husband. It was such a long period of time where it was just, we weren't connected at all. Um, Thank God that's fixed. But then, like, also just like lots of gut health issues, lots of bloating, and lots of very much trapped gas, and very much like would go from like abs in the morning to 6 months pregnant by lunch. And it was just so incredibly terrible. It started feeding into poor thoughts in my brain. And that kind of led me to like a big realization after having a drink, like just one, with lunch. It would have been 2 Christmases ago. It was Christmas Eve. We went and met up with my in-laws. It was super like laid back, and I had a drink, and it made me think really, really, really negative, scary thoughts. And I found myself in my bedroom crying on the floor because I couldn't get the thoughts to go away. And at that point, I realized like I've got to make some changes and I have to make them now. And it was all tied to the malnutrition and the poor quality ingredients that I was taking in, the over exercising, the excessive stress I was putting myself under in every way possible. It was a dumpster fire of issues. So I wanted to go over, I went to a very clean way of living. I changed a ton of stuff. I'm still working on changing a lot of stuff to make it better, feeding myself the right amount of stuff, taking rest days, right? That's a huge important factor that a lot of people don't do. Um, all these things really, really helped add up to fixing the issues. I don't usually deal with any sort of bloat or trapped gas issues. The libido is no longer usually an issue, which is great. My hair is growing back in and it is awesome. I'm loving it. Acne is hardly anything, right? Which is great. I still have some, but not near what I dealt with before. I don't have any negative thoughts, scary thoughts anymore whatsoever. Just so many things have gone in the right way. And I wanted to talk about some of the things that happen when we put our body through excessive stress, because a lot of you do too. Maybe you're not over exercising, but maybe you are. Maybe you're not over exercising, but maybe you're malnourished because you're not eating enough of the right foods, or maybe you've had this habit of skipping meals or going on really, really long fasts for a long period of time, or you were living purely the macro and calorie lifestyle instead of, taking in quality foods, all these things. Maybe you're living in a constant stressed environment. Maybe that's work, maybe that's your marriage, maybe that is friendships, maybe that is all kinds of things like that, financial stress, right? We're living in this just like bubble that's waiting to pop. Then once it pops, it gets really ugly, and that can affect a lot of different things in our body. So going through some of the things that are coming out and going to be available here this coming week on Tuesday. I'm so excited. We do have a thyroid support, which is really fantastic. There's a lot of people that have really expressed a lot of struggles with their thyroid, which can be, thyroid issues can come from autoimmune issues, which is somewhat out of your control, especially if you've lived from a very high chronic stress. Once you kind of develop autoimmune, it's really, really hard to heal that. It's more of a management situation, and it really affects your thyroid. So things like Hashimoto's or Grove's disease, those kinds of things really start to happen in there. And then that can also if you have damaged thyroid, or not damaged, but not optimal functioning thyroid, I should say, due to environmental factors, due to having these autoimmune conditions, other things that can happen is our metabolism's going to slow down. And that is going to affect our rate of, energy burn in our body to do everyday things. And that can lead to fat gain, which is not what we want. It can also lead to hair loss, massive fatigue, always feeling tired. Oh, how I remember always feeling tired. Depression, right? Those really negative thoughts, weight changes. My weight would start to fluctuate because I couldn't control it. And all of that stuff was probably because my thyroid was so incredibly affected by all of the stuff I was putting it through. And so I, thank goodness, did not develop Hashimoto's or Grove's, but I did have a lot of poor thyroid functioning type symptoms. The cool thing about this thyroid support product is it can be taken alongside of a thyroid medication if you do take one. Obviously, before you start taking anything, I'd always recommend double checking with your doctor, especially if you are using other medications as well. But you should be able to utilize this alongside of a medication, not in place of one, unless you and your doctor agree that that's a good step to take. So just want to put that out there. It also supports every stage of thyroid health. So from the hypothalamus to the pituitary gland to the thyroid, enhancing the T3, T4 conversion. The other supplements that are out there really only affect one stage of that. Like the T3 to T4 conversion is a really, really popular one for supplements to really help enhance. This one really helps at all stages. I'm just looking at my notes down here, make sure I capture everything. But that's what this thyroid support is about. So that one I'm going to grab because I know that I still go through times of putting myself through too much stress and not managing it as well as I would like to. So I think this will only help me optimize that thyroid production and keep me doing well. So that is a piece that I wanted to really touch on. Another one, there's four more that I'm going to go through. So another one that's coming out is testosterone balance, and this can be for men or women, right? Which is really, really great. Yes, women, you need testosterone as well. It has a huge effect on how you feel, your strength, your energy, libido, right? Our levels are supposed to be lower than men's, that's for sure, and it fluctuates, but as it should throughout the month. But what I want to point out is we do still need it. If we have absolutely no testosterone in our body, that is going to be a huge effect of what's going on as far as how we feel as well. And another thing, huge amounts of stress is going to affect how much testosterone is in your body. That goes for men and women. So the things that this is going to be able to help, this testosterone balance, it's going to be helping with natural energy improvements, with muscle strength, the ability to gain muscle, so therefore improved metabolism, improved libido, like hello spouse, let's go see each other. It's going to improve your mood. Who doesn't need that? Like yelling at my kids slash is always a good thing. reproductive health. So if you are trying to, create a family, if you're trying to get pregnant again, if you're having struggles on either side, male or female, that's going to help improve that opportunity. Cognitive function, thinking a little bit more clear, being able to remember where you put your damn keys. Those types of things are actually really big benefits so that you're not searching the house for something that is actually in your hand already. We've all been there. It's also going to help with bone density, brain health, huge, huge important pieces. So as far as like the difference between, other testosterone type balancer booster things and just ingredients one, going to read out what they have here is a botanical and multivitamin mineral complex formulated to prevent extreme hormone fluctuations. So without increasing testosterone beyond the optimal stages or ranges, helping to support endocrine health. So that is a huge piece. So endocrinology is hormone health, right? So let's put that out there in case you didn't know what that was. And what really important takeaway is this is going to help your body optimize your testosterone levels specifically for you. So it's not going to push you beyond where you should be because that's not good either, right? We want an optimal range. We don't want too much of it. So that's a really big piece too. Going to be very, very helpful. I may grab this one as well, if we're going to be honest, because I just want to make sure that I have the right amount in my body to do all the things that I want to do, especially preparing to go into my perimenopausal years coming up soon. I want to hold on to as much muscle as I can going into that so that I can take it on with the best foot forward. The three more things have all to do with the different phases of women's lives, which is really, really cool. So we have a PMS support. This is going to be for women that really, really struggle with a lot of menstrual cycle symptoms like cramps, pain, bloating, mood swings, depression, cravings, hormonal breakouts, sleep disturbances, headaches, and heavy bleeding. Your period does not need to be awful. It doesn't need to be this like week that you try to survive through. It can be an somewhat enjoyable part of every single month. And if it's not right now, this is something that can change. And yes, this is going to be as effective as your choices go with what you're eating, with how you're sleeping, with how you're moving your body, if you're getting sunlight, right? All the pieces are going to come together, but this should help you move in the right direction. Really, really cool, helpful stuff there. The difference between this PMS support and others that are out there, a unique blend of botanicals, herbal extracts, and essential vitamins to support hormonal balance and ease physical and emotional period symptoms because periods shouldn't be painful. So really, really cool there. So if you are in that age range where we're still experiencing a regular cycle and we're really, really struggling with, lots of pain or you're like just not a fun experience each month, and then this can be a really good option for you. I luckily do not experience a lot of these anymore since I have evened out my hormones and my gut health and have worked on my stress. So I probably will not personally grab the PMS support for myself, at least for right now. But it could be something that's absolutely beneficial for you if you are trying to find your way to that better period. The two more that we have perimenopause support. This is going to be amazing. I coach a number of you guys. I'm in contact with a number of you guys that are starting into this perimenopausal phase. I have been talking about Dr. Mary Hare Claver and Dr. Jolene Brighton and all these people that really, really talk about perimenopause, menopause, how to survive through it and how to thrive through it, how to feel better through it, and how to not let it take over your life and change you in a bad way. And I've learned so much. It's amazing. And now that there's this perimenopause support option, it's going to be so good for people that are going into this phase. This is definitely something I will grab when I get to this point. Right now, I'm still pretty regular, so I'm not going to go after this yet. But I do have a firm belief that it'll help a number of you. But basically, what it's going to be for is for women as early as age 32. Honestly, if you're experiencing a lot of the perimenopause symptoms, this can be something that you can grab as early as that age because perimenopause for a lot of women starts in their early 30s, mid 30s, late 30s. So that can be something that can be really helpful to make it a little bit more manageable. If you're struggling with the classic hot flash, mood changes, hair loss, acne, belly fat, and stubborn weight, that's a big sign as well. Insomnia, if you cannot like fall asleep or you can't stay asleep, decreased libido, if like things are just not looking as exciting or enticing as they used to, a lot of brain fog, forgetting things, or bloating, all of these things can really help. The difference between our perimenopause adjust ingredient support and other perimenopause things, what I am going to read off here is their JI difference. So during perimenopause, declining egg quality and quantity can lead to hormonal imbalances. So our formula is designed to support this change by helping to optimize estrogen and progesterone levels without allowing them to rise or fall excessively. It is when we go to massive peaks and drops and crashes, that's where we start to really have a hard time managing these symptoms. So this is going to be a really, really helpful option for a lot of people that are struggling with a lot of those perimenopause fluctuations. Now we have Menopause Plus. This is the last one we're going to cover. There are other things that are coming out too, but I wanted to just cover these four because I think they're going to be the most helpful, or these five, sorry, these five, because I think they're going to be the most helpful for people that I work with. And so the Menopause Plus. This is for those without a menstrual cycle. So if you have not had a cycle in over a year and you're in your, 40s, 50s, right? That's probably going to be you. Granted, right, like I said, I didn't have a period for almost a year. That was because I was malnourished. That's a different situation, okay? So if you're in your late 30s, you're in your 40s, you're into your 50s, this is likely going to start to be the definition for you if you go a full year without a cycle. So there's that piece to consider. So this is going to be for people that are officially in menopause. This can continue to help with any sort of ongoing hot flashes. I know my mom struggled with hot flashes for like 10 years after she was officially in menopause. The poor woman. Like, I so hope this is not my future, but thank God we have this as an option to help me with it if it is. Mood swings, bloating, vaginal dryness. Oh, we don't need that. Heart palpitation. So if your heart feels like it's going to beat out of your chest all the time, I know that happens to me sometimes already. Especially if I do choose to have alcohol, that can really lead to that too. Just an FYI on that. Vertigo, also sleep disturbances and bone density. This Menopause Plus can help alleviate a lot of those symptoms. The Just Ingredients difference between this Menopause Plus and other menopause supplement options. Menopause is 1 year after your last period, followed by postmenopausal for life. So, with up to 100 potential symptoms, this non-hormonal supplement can help provide relief by maintaining healthy estrogen and progesterone levels for lifelong hormonal support. So this is non-hormonal. There's no hormones in this supplement that are aimed to change the levels of hormones in your body via hormonal intervention. This is all about managing your estrogen and progesterone levels naturally. So it should help a lot. So I'm really, really excited about these four. There's also more products dropping. There's a body oil, there's toxin-free candles. There's also a number of seasonal protein flavors coming out. I'm really, really excited about all of these opportunities, really excited for all these options for you. Like I said, if you're listening to this and you're like, ooh, bing, 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 which ones are best for me? I'm not sure. I have a certain question. Please message me. You know how to get a hold of me. I work with a number of you. My app, my Facebook group is for free. You can follow me on Instagram, message me on there, message me on Facebook. I want to help you. Be sure though that on Tuesday or anytime, if you're going to order from Just Ingredients, please do so with my links. They will be below. They're also everywhere on my website. They are in my bios, on my social medias, but use my Just Ingredients links and my code is NHFIT. That will save you an extra amount of money at checkout. And it means the world to me when you support me that way. So thank you so much. I hope this is very helpful and I cannot wait to see you guys be more successful and feel better by utilizing all of the tools that we put in your toolbox. So have a great day and I'll talk to you all soon.